Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm going to be offering my brief commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
Motherfucking boss. So from day one, I'm not splitting checks with nobody. I have 20 years worth of music. I get checks for every single month. You niggas signed for labels and got famous, and now you only got a penny off of what you selling right now. I'm getting 100% of that. 100% of that. You feel me? And that's the difference between me and them. This is 20 years of work I put in. I'm getting paid off of. I'm retired now, nigga. I'm just sitting back. I don't even have to rap. That shit gonna keep coming. And that's what that is, and that's the fucking difference, fool. And I can't explain that. I don't know how to fit, like, that's just 20 years of work without labels. Now, that's the thing. Now, that's what niggas fuck up. They go get them labels, and then 20 years later, they broke. Because the labels getting that check I'm getting every month. They not getting that. They don't own their masters. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. I always had to be the underground nigga. I had to be the nigga who looked like he wasn't winning the whole time for now to win. You know what I'm saying?
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. Yo, shout out to Thugger, Slim Thug. I really don't think you can make it too much more plainer than how he explained it. He spoke very layman termish, but the brother was basically just saying, hey, how he done put in his work independently. He grinded hard, and now because he wasn't signed to a record label, see, that's that drip. That's that residual money I talk about so often on my audios that these Jewish record label owners get. They give us that upfront money, that upfront capital. They lure us in with that bait, right? Because we the fish. But that don't necessarily mean that the person that's trying to catch the fish has good intention for the fish, right? Only if that fish knew what that bait was for. That bait is so that that record label owner can get that long-term drip. That long-term money while you sleep, around the clock, checks coming into your mailbox. Right? That hand-me-down money to the next generation. That's what they interested in. And like Slim Thug said, a lot of our brothers getting like a penny off their residuals, and he getting the lump sum of his. So he's saying he don't even gotta grind like he used to, cause his residual guy. He said he really retired, right? So the man don't gotta work unless he desires to. But those are the benefits, and I'm glad he's explaining that to you young brothers and sisters out there, and to all of us, so that we'll know. If you work hard for yourself independently now, and you get the exposure, you gain the followers, you get the traction, and you get the attention, and you get everything, all those different components that are necessary to make you successful. And you can do it today with social media. You have to have the talent, you have to have the grind, and then eventually no person can stop you from shining. Once your mind is made up to do a thing, all it takes is, as our brother Nuri said, is get-to-itiveness and stick-to-itiveness. Once you get to it, you gotta stick to it, right? And that's what Slim Thug did. He got to it. He put something in motion. Once he got it in motion, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, once you get a thing in motion, then you gotta get some order around that motion, right? Lest there be chaos everywhere. So we just gotta get started. And then once we get started, we can begin to prioritize, put everything in an orderly conduct, orderly fashion, set up the systems, set up the business structure. All that stuff. But you just got to get moving, man. You got to make some motion. So those are wise words from a brother who's a boss. You know what I'm saying? And I respect Slim Thug. He's a great man. You know, and he's also heavily invested in real estate, buying up the block, buying up the community. That's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan asked us to do, is to buy up our community. So Thug is setting a good example in doing that. So and also, brothers and sisters, we want to start to pull our resources like never before, because we need our own area of land carved out exclusively for black and brown people. If you haven't heard of Jay Morrison, he's a great real estate investor, a black brother. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant entrepreneur. He has the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. You can invest in that. I think it's like $500 for five or 10. I think it's 10 shares. I'm sorry. You get 10 shares. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he has the economic blueprint. And that has over $1 million in it. You can donate. That's also going to be utilized to purchase land for our people. We have to begin to think down the line of time now to the next generation. What are we going to leave our children? We got to think more broader and bigger in scope. We got to have, the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people will perish. You know what I'm saying? So the lack thereof will create a lack of abundance, right? So if you're able to donate, you can put a credit or a debit card on there. You can donate however much you can afford per month. We have to pull our resources like never before. This money is losing its value every day. It's going down a little bit more. So, all it takes is a major nation like China or Russia to say, you know what? We're gonna stop doing business in dollars. Let's do most of our trading in gold or something else, right? And all of these clothes and different items and stuff that we see, if you look at most of your clothes, you look on the label, where does it say it's made? Is it made in America? No. We not manufacturing hardly not too much stuff. It's made in China. It's made overseas. Well, that will cripple the economy of America. If one of these major countries were to do that, and you already have the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, who are forming alliances to do global business together using other means of transaction outside of the US dollar. So the US dollar is on the decline. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said one day that we would see a rich man smoking his dollars away because they would be worth nothing. Think over that. The dollar bills that our people kill each other over, that we murder over, that we rape over, that we whore over, that we hate one another over, that we backbite, slander over, will one day be worth nothing. So we don't treasure in a piece of paper that they print out of thin air. Treasure in the value of your brother or sister in your community. Treasure in taking better care of your family. Treasure in those things, not necessarily the materialistic things. You should have the best, you are the best, but don't allow the material of this world to outweigh the material being, the flesh and blood of your brother or sister, because that's where God dwells. He dwells in us. We are little gods ourselves. God only means force and power. So, when we see each other, we have to know that each one of us are very significant, and anything we desire in this life we can accomplish. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said the universe was made by God to give us what we are willing to work for. But what the question is, what are we willing to work for? What are our desires? And what extent will we go to bring that into reality? So if you want to do something evil, the minister said you can do that, but he said it's a consequence coming behind that. If we want to do something good, it's work involved, but there might be a great reward, that comes as a result of that. So let's get busy, brothers and sisters. You can accomplish what you will. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.